Hey guys, what's up? So I'm back with another video, and I kind of wanted to just touch base on my life with TMAU for you guys. So my symptoms, my story, kind of what I struggle with, what I've been trying to do, and all that good stuff. So what I believe, and I kind of wrote this stuff down so that way I don't have the video going all over the fucking place. So yeah, we're gonna give this a shot. So what I believe I'm personally dealing with is trimethylminuria, or aka TMAU, fish odor syndrome for a lot of you who don't know what that is, or fecal body odor for many of you as well. What smells can a person take on? So for those of you who don't know what smells you could possibly be smelling like, or what a person with TMAU deals with, the odors that we can take on are fish. In my case, I have a scent of like fish. Yeah. Sulfur, I've had the sulfur smell before. The sulfur smell, I find like I had that smell more or less when I used to eat eggs. So whenever I would eat eggs with the yolks and all that stuff in them, I smelled like something was burning or on fire. So some of you might encounter that you smell like you have like a burning smell to you. Urine, ammonia smell. So you can smell like pee. Fecal, literally diarrhea, shit. Smelly fart. I've had that too. I've actually had all the scents. I feel like once I cut down on meat and dairy, the scent more or less it just maintained to like the fish odor syndrome, or the fishy smell, which in many cases as a woman is highly embarrassing, because we're already associated with our area down there being, you know, not that it smells, but how do I put this? Most females go through their life knowing that if they smell like fish down there, there's something bad going on. So yeah. Oh, I made myself some frutas too, so I'm gonna be kind of just munching out as we're talking here. I find that whenever I sweat, the smell intensifies, so you'll notice it a little bit more. Not a little bit more, but a lot more. And a lot of us are releasing gases. So I no longer release gases, luckily. But if you aren't sure if you release gases, one thing I can tell you is just pay attention to how people react around you, because you're going to get reactions, obviously. And like some of the reactions that you're going to notice is people going like this, rubbing their nose, because it itches. And the reason I know this is because I can smell myself. So I can understand, you know, like what they smell. Eyes burn. So whenever I was releasing gases, my eyes would burn so bad, and they were like water. So it's almost like allergy symptoms pretty much. But yeah, so, and I do this to myself too, because again, I can pick up on the scent, and it's highly strong. It makes your nose itches. Like there's times where like when the scent is really bad, I'm just like, ooh, like girl, because I know, you know, like it's probably, not gonna lie to you guys, over the weekend, it was my son's birthday on Friday, and you know, there's just times where I just don't give a crap, okay? I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Like, I eat things that I know I shouldn't eat, and I feel like I go 2 steps backwards when I do this, but you're gonna have your days where it's gonna be very rough. You're gonna have cravings, you're gonna want sweet stuff, but try to make it to where it's like healthy sweet, you know? So I can suggest. But yeah, you're gonna have your down days. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. It's just unfortunate, and that's just part of the downs with this condition, unfortunately. But yeah, so anyways, coughing, you'll get people that are like or like like that kind of stuff, because literally itches them. It's like I just said, it's just literally like a allergy kind of symptoms. Yeah. So those of you who can't smell yourselves, because a lot of you guys can't smell yourselves, and I did post that green drink So it really helped open my sense of smell up. So I don't know if that's just because my body's starting to, you know, the die-off is happening or something or what, but I don't know. I'm just suggesting you try it. If it doesn't work for you, then, you know, it is what it is. But hopefully if, you know, I don't know that you guys really want to smell yourselves, because it's like, it's really bad. Once you can smell yourself, I can personally say that I feel 10 times worse about myself when I'm around people, because I just get super insecure, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's bad today. It's gonna be a bad day, especially at work when I'm around a ton of people. So I don't know. But yeah, so that's what people usually do. Triggers for me, I don't know what everybody else's triggers are, but mine's is stress, anxiety, being overly hot or overheated. When I tend to sweat, again, it's released through your pores. Your body's gonna push that smell out. So that's why a lot of people say, hey, exercise and bust a sweat. But my problem is that I bust a sweat at work. So even if I bust a sweat in the morning and exercise, I'm not gonna eliminate all that, the smell and the toxins. But I mean, I guess it helps, you know, to release some of it. I don't really know. But yeah, so one recommendation, a big recommendation that not just myself, but a lot of people will recommend is exercise. So, you know, my menstrual cycle. Let's talk about that. So every time it's that time of the month, it's bad, unfortunately. And I would love to hear other women's perspective on this, because I feel like for me, it's literally the week before, the week of, and the week after menstruation. I literally have 1 week where I don't smell, and I actually smell kind of nice, like oddly strange enough. But some people will actually come around me or come near me. They'll start being nice to me. They'll start talking to me. And like, I've had one person even actually come up to me and be like, you're not sick anymore. And I'm like, I'm still sick, guys. Like, I wish I wasn't, but no, unfortunately I still am. So yeah, again, you know, things like that. So another thing that definitely triggers are certain foods, and these are the foods that I stay clear away from, like at all cost. Well, milk, like regular whole milk or whatever. Meat, red meat, especially. Pork, I don't do that. I cut pork out a long time ago, actually, but yeah, so I don't even eat that. Like, so egg yolks, obviously. I do still eat the whites, but even with the whites, I still smell like this funky smell. So I don't know, but I still eat them because they're a good source of protein. Whatever. Dairy in general, so like cheese, stuff like that. And if I do eat cheese, it's very, very little, and it's usually mozzarella, because apparently it's like really low in choline. So I guess like fresh cheeses are a little bit better for you to utilize. I don't know, I try not to eat it at all. So sweets, so cupcakes, candy, chocolate, all the good stuff that your body wants. Well, it's not so good apparently, but you know, the stuff that you grew up as a kid consuming, yeah, that's the stuff I stay away from. So beans are a trigger food, but I actually have incorporated beans back into my diet just because they're high in fiber, and I'm not eating meat throughout the week. I have meat like once a week. It's usually on my day off, which is, well, it's usually Saturday evenings, because I get out early that day and then I have Sunday off. So I don't really care that evening what I eat, because I know I'm not going to be around anybody Sunday, and it is what it is. And I just feel like my body can't go without certain stuff for too long, because, you know, I've had a lot of bad side effects, and I'll get into that in a second here. Oh, fast food. Try to cut fast food out, period, like altogether. You don't want to be eating fast food, you know, because you don't know, well, a lot of it is, you know, obviously highly over processed, and you don't know what the heck is in it. So what I can recommend to you is try to eat clean as you can. You know, if you're gonna limit yourself to things, just know that your body's going to want them, and at some point you're gonna have a breakdown. It's gonna be hard, because it really is just hard. Broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Although Brussels sprouts, funny enough, like at one point in time, I still use them, I incorporate them a little bit, but at one point in time, I feel like they really were helping my body. And I feel like once you get to a certain point, they do help your body, because they're really good in cleansing the body. So, but yeah, some people can tolerate kale and spinach. I put those in my smoothies. I find like when I eat them in like salads and stuff like that, my odor is like intensified. I don't know why it doesn't intensify when it's in a smoothie. I don't know, maybe because it's mixed up with other stuff, I don't know. But so products I've used in the past, and these are just like things that I've just tried because people are, you know, obviously when you have this condition, you kind of do your own research, and that's really all you can do. And that's pretty much what I did. And so what I've seen a lot of people using, I, you know, would obviously be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go run out and buy that, and I want to use it, and hopefully it works on me. Literally every time I do this, nothing works, okay? I don't know, but y'all, it's worth a shot. So, because everybody's body is different, and you know, like I said before, your microbiome might not be as bad as mine. You know, whatever. I don't know how to explain this stuff. I don't know how all this works. I don't know how the gut works itself, you know, like, I don't know. I do know though that there are a few people on here that are really good. The Gut War, okay? So Josh on the Gut War, if you are familiar with his channel, if you're not familiar with his channel, I highly suggest that you look him up. He talks about a lot of foods that are really good for you. You know, his kefir shakes, I think it's kefir, I don't know how you say it, to be honest, whatever. But he pretty much does shakes, he does intermittent fasting, and kefir for me, it doesn't really work for me. I've tried it, and it's good, and I use it still, okay? I'm not gonna say don't use it, because I do use it for the probiotic that it provides for you. And I think if I maybe consume enough of it at some point, it will probably help. But I might switch over to water kefir and see if that helps me, because I do hear a lot of people saying that helps them, because a lot of us cut dairy out altogether, okay? So I understand, like, you might not want to use that product, but these are just things that I have used in the past on recommendation from other YouTubers who have this condition. Chlorophyll, I still have some, and I'm gonna I'm gonna give it a second chance. I used this way back when I first found out I had this condition. It didn't help me at all, like at all. Lemon water, zinc, B12, probiotics. I still take probiotics, okay? I found one probiotic at one point in time. I was doing probiotics, apple cider vinegar, and I was eating a lot of Brussels sprouts. And I found at one point that I didn't smell as bad doing those three things. And oh, and a huge water intake, okay? But that only helped for so long. So I don't know why, but it doesn't never like really, maybe because I don't stick to it 100% sometimes. So, you know, that might, I don't know, whatever. But coconut oil, laxatives, charcoal, oregano oil / tea, and serapeptates. I've tried a ton of different things, and again, like, nothing has really helped me. So I don't know, but these are just suggestions of things that you can possibly try or incorporate into your diet or your regimen and see if they work for you, okay? What I eat now and what I focus on incorporating are prebiotics and probiotic foods, okay? So I try my hardest to cook with these things. A lot of these things I don't actually utilize, but when I was doing some research, I came across them, so I thought I would just throw them out there. So for those of you who are familiar with the products or these items, or if you want to try these items, I just thought I would suggest some things because there's not a whole lot for us to eat out there. If you guys know, I mean, you basically want to minimize your choline intake. So look for foods that are just like low in choline, or try not to consume so much, I guess. But for prebiotics and stuff like that, you're gonna want to go for garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus. Incorporate oats. I actually do oats pretty much every morning. If it's not like an egg white with like spinach and stuff like that, I'll do oats like most mornings. And I do also put like what I've been doing lately is using a little mixture of flaxseed, hemp seed, and chia seeds. So I add those into my oats. Sometimes I'll throw a little bit of yogurt in there to kind of sweeten it up, and my mixed berries pretty much, because I don't use sugar, okay, like at all. Green apples, or apples in general, but green ones are, you know, freshening, a little bit more freshening, and help you that good stuff. So flax seeds again are one on my list. Honey, try to go for organic, guys. And so if you are going to use some kind of sweetener, try to use honey or maple syrup, but make sure that those products are organic. And in general, if you can get the organic products like organic fruits and vegetables, go for it. I know it's super expensive. I myself, I'm a poor girl, broke as hell, so when I can, I'll splurge and buy organic, but if I can't, like, I can't. So, you know, I stay in my weight range. So bananas, artichoke, Jerusalem artichoke, chicory root. I hope I'm saying some of this stuff right, okay, because I know I'm not going to be saying a whole lot of this correctly. Dandelion greens, barley, konjac root, cacao or coca, burdock root, yacon root, jamaica root, okay? Wheat bran and seaweed. I've tried seaweed before, guys. One of my coworkers used to eat it like crazy. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's already fishy enough as it is, and I feel like eating that is gonna make me smell like fish even worse. Okay, because fish is like something that you that's another thing that I forgot to put on my list of things you want to stay away from. Or I think maybe I did. Fish / seafood. Okay, I mean, they said a lot of fresh saltwater fish was okay, but I don't know. I stay away from fish, period. And I like fish, don't get me wrong. I'm not like a huge fan of fish, but I don't know. I just stay away from it. So another thing that you want to incorporate into your diet, or try at least, and again, this is all as you can tolerate, because I don't know what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you. Fermented foods. So fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, whatever, kombucha, and tempeh. Foods that are high in fiber, so like raspberries, artichokes, green peas, broccoli, chickpeas, lentils, beans. That's of all sorts: kidney, pinto white, whole grains. But again, these are a lot of things that we're supposed to stay away from. But the way I see it is, if you want to heal your gut, we have to utilize things that are probably not going to be the best for us, as smell as in triggering the smells, but in healing your body, we have to incorporate these things in. So I've kind of just bit the bullet on it and said, you know, I'm gonna smell it regardless if I eat these things or if I don't eat these things. So why not eat the things that are actually beneficial to my body and healing my gut than the things that aren't. So probiotic foods. So again, kefir is going to be on the list quite a bit because it's, you know, it's a good one. Sauerkraut, again, you're going to find a lot of the same stuff that come up in fermented foods, probiotics, prebiotics, stuff like that. Kombucha, again, on the list. Coconut kefir, yogurt, kvass, raw cheese, so like goat milk cheese, I guess it's saying on here. Apple cider vinegar, pickles, but you want the ones that are refrigerated in salt water and not vinegar, okay? So be careful with that. Brine olives, so again, I think those ones, the same kind of concept with the pickles. So yeah, tempeh, miso, traditional buttermilk or acidophilus milk, water kefir, raw milk, so unpasteurized milk. I'm not brave enough to try that, guys. So sourdough bread apparently is really good. And then foods that are rich in polyphenols, so cocoa or dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate, by the way, with some sea salt, okay? So if I do splurge and I want to have like chocolate and ever, I make sure it's dark chocolate. And yeah, red wine, grape skins, green tea, almonds, onions, blueberries, and broccoli, but I don't eat broccoli. So yeah. Suggestions: be careful what you restrict yourself on, because like I said in the past, I have had some bad side effects on restricting things and cutting things out. So hair loss is one thing that I have experienced, and I think that's just more or less because I think even with the gut, you're dealing with you know, you don't have the proper nutrition, so you'll experience hair loss, and I have experienced hair loss because of that. It's growing in now, because I think I'm doing, you know, the shakes that are high and all the greens and stuff like that, so I'm starting to get, you know, and I'm taking iron because I was anemic. It's another thing, you can become anemic cutting out certain stuff, so be very careful. Weight loss, I've gone through a lot of weight loss lately. Fatigue and getting sick easily, which I have also experienced recently. Here I find that my immune system is really weakened and I get sick a lot more now. So all right, discrimination time. So discriminations I've experienced with this condition. My current job, I'm constantly ridiculed. I'm laughed at every day. I get nasty remarks every day. Going into the women's locker room it's just so stressful. I actually go in late now, almost every day. Not late, but like I get there maybe 5 to 10 minutes before I'm supposed to like be on the floor. And they really don't, honestly, we don't really start till like 3:45ish. So I get there like around 3:30, and that's when we're supposed to be clocked in. So I get there at that time. I go to the locker room because there's nobody in there at that point. And I don't have to deal with the crap. I've literally had people, and I work with a lot of Latinos, and you know, I understand Spanish, which is heartbreaking because, you know, I have to play stupid sometimes and act like I don't know what people are saying, so that way I can understand, like, I can get how they, you know, feel about me. And literally I have people saying, well, why does she smell like that? But they say it to each other. They don't even address me. And I'm one of those people, like, listen, I would rather you come up to me and be like, yo, why do you smell like that? You know what I mean? And me give you the opportunity and have the opportunity to say, well, hey, I have a condition that makes me smell like this. But people are not going to do that, okay? They don't have the balls. First of all, they don't have the balls to do that because they don't know how you're going to respond. And me, I'm not the type of girl that's just going to let myself. If you're going to be ugly and nasty to me, I'm going to be ugly and nasty right back. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you bully me, okay? I'll let you talk crap up to a certain point. But there's days where if I feel like I want to be frisky and I want to get back at people and they're making me feel like shit, guess what? I'm gonna serve you back. You get what you give, literally. So I've had girls sit there and be like, why does she smell like that, to each other? And automatically the first assumption that everybody makes is that you don't wash your ass. Oh, I don't know, she probably doesn't shower. Ha 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 ha. No, bitch, I shower. I shower every day. I probably shower more times than you do. But guess what? It doesn't fucking help. So yeah. So anyways, I was forced out of a job, and this is when I first found out that I had the condition. So I was a pharmacy tech for 6 years at a really, really good company. Not good company, but a well-known company. Walmart, to be exact. Okay. And I worked with fucking pharmacists who are like doctors, mind you be. And I am also very spiritual, okay? And I am the type of person that, like, no matter if I don't know something, it's always gonna come to light to me. And I'm always gonna figure it out. I'm always gonna know, like, I might not know, but I will learn about it and I will know about it, and it will somehow just come to light for me. So this one time when I started, the people at work, well, I started doing shakes because I wanted to lose weight. This is after I had my third son, and so I had gained quite a bit of weight, and I wanted to slim down, and I did that in 1 month. I actually lost 30 pounds in 1 month, and I went on like what diet was it? It was like a low calorie, kind of like, I counted my calories and all that stuff, and it was like a keto kind of diet, okay? So if you are familiar with keto, you know that it's like high protein. You're gonna eat a lot of meat, and you're gonna, you know, restrict a lot of things. Well, that just put me all kinds of out of whack, okay? And I started smelling horrible, 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 horrible. And I had the crew members in the pharmacy just talking crap about me consistently, like consistently, okay? To the point where they were just like, I've even had them come up and sniff me. Talk about embarrassing. They come up and sniff my clothes, and my clothes doesn't stink, okay? Mind you be, my clothes would smell nice because I do use, like, you know, certain laundry stuff and all that stuff. So, but you know, I never have a problem with my clothes smelling bad, but your body stinks, okay? So it's a mixture of good smell and bad smell, which is like flowers covered with shit, basically, you know? And that's not a pleasant smell. Like, nobody wants to smell that shit either. Yeah, how embarrassing that fucking was to have a person come up and literally sniff you. But yeah, so there we go there. And then I came across this article. It's so crazy because, like I said, I like, things just come to me, you know? And I was reading, I can't remember what forum it was on, but it was a pharmacist. Tell me why I thought it was the pharmacist I worked for, okay? Like, in my heart, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the bitch I work for, and she is literally trying to get me out of this job. So the person on this forum was on like this legal forum, and they were asking how that they had a coworker, that they had an employee or whatever that they thought had TMAU, and they were like, how do I get her to quit the job without forcing her out? And literally the lawyer that was on there wrote back to this person and was like, you guys have to make her quit. You guys have to ridicule her to the point where she will quit herself. Well, baby, they succeeded, because I was embarrassed, and I was like in my 30s when this first happened. And I think I've had this condition for a long time. I think I had it at adolescence, okay, when I was a teen. I think it hit when I was a teen. And a lot of you will notice that your armpits will smell really bad. So for most of us, like, we don't even have the problem down there in the genital area, because a lot of us aren't having sex or intercourse and all that good stuff, you know, until a little later on. So you really don't notice the smells down there. Now, I think that's where I kind of smelled more like urine at some point, probably when I was younger. And not so much the fishy odor and stuff like that. I didn't really start smelling fishy and stuff like that down there until, again, I started having intercourse, and, you know, I had kids and stuff like that. But the armpit smell was really bad in the teenage years. But I think it wasn't that bad because, again, when you're a teen and you're in high school and all that stuff, you're in PE and you're exercising and you're sweating and you're releasing toxins. And when you become an adult, you're not doing all that shit unless you want to do that shit. So, you know, you're not really focused on all that, especially when you're a parent and you work and you don't have a lot of time, unless you, again, want to incorporate that in your lifestyle. So it's not always something I've incorporated into my lifestyle. So, you know, whatever. But so yeah, so I came across that article. They started talking about smells and stuff like that in the workplace, and it got to the point where they just bullied me. They bullied the shit out of me until I basically had a breakdown, or I didn't know what this was. I didn't understand that I had a condition, because again, growing up, nobody ever pointed out like, hey, you smell funky or anything like that, you're musty, none of that shit. And that's probably because I'm a very vocal person, and if you would have came up to me and be like, girl, you smell musty, I'd have been like, bitch, you're musty, the fuck. But you know, as I got older, and again, as I could start smelling the smells myself, I became super insecure, and I let the shit get to me. Okay. As you're gonna notice, you're gonna let this stuff this condition's gonna get to you. It's gonna break you. It's mentally gonna break you. It's physically gonna break you. And I try not to talk about it because I get so flippin' emotional about it. So I'm gonna just scale it back and try not to think about all the negative stuff and think about the positives, because you know, there are positives. The positive is that you see people for who they really are. You know, you're seeing people, like, God's giving you sight into how nasty and cruel and mean people can really be. And you know, you just know that you're a stronger person, that he puts his, you know, strongest soldiers out there for a reason. And you know, we're learning this, or about this condition, so that way when we do find a cure, we can help others. So that's why, like, I'm not afraid to talk about it anymore, and I'm not really like intimidated as, you know, being the face of TMAU or one of the many faces of TMAU, because like, seriously, like, who the hell wants to be the face of this condition? Like, nobody wants to be the face of TMAU. I'll just say that. But it is what it is, right? So yeah, I was married for a really long time as well, and the person I was with, that person was just not honest with me at all. And you know, it's so sad that you can be with somebody for so long and they won't even tell you like, hey, I think there's physically something wrong with you, like, let's go to the doctor, let's figure this out together, like, I love you, like, let me help you, let's see what we can do for you. Hell no. I had this person ridicule me with his family all the time, all the fucking time. And when I would bring it up to him, it was, you're crazy, it's in your head, you don't stink. Like, okay, like, I'm not, look, listen, I'm not Boo Boo the Foo, okay? I'm not fucking dumb. Like, I know when people are around me, they can't stand to be around me. And you'll notice it, again, you guys, like, you'll start picking up on stuff. You'll see how people react around you. So that's why I said pay attention. You know, I can go to the store and I can have somebody standing right next to me and they're just like, girl, what is that smell? And I'm just like, yeah, it's me. Yeah, I know what it smells like. I know I stink. I know. You know, I'm not crazy in the head, and neither are you. Okay, y'all know. You'll come across this, and you'll know, and you'll understand that, like, where I'm coming from when I talk about this. But yeah. Apparently, there is no cure. For those who have come across the cure, they all say it's in the gut. So I don't know, guys. Some people have found kombucha to be their cure, kefir to be their cure, faith, spirituality. Now I'm a huge spiritualist, you know, so that's all I can really do. So I try to meditate, I try to go on walks, I listen to music. Those are things that help me cope. I spend a lot of time alone. I have become extremely depressed. I have social anxiety. I didn't used to be like this, you know. I've always been kind of like a loner in life, but I've always been also a very high energetic sunshine type person, because I am a Leo. So, you know, I like to give my little sunshine, a ray of sun. I like to be the ray of sunshine for people. You know, I like to boost people up and lift their spirits even when I'm down. But I literally, like, recently just, I don't have it in me anymore. And I'm trying to not be like that, because I know, like, if you want to bring good into your life, you got to think positive and you got to be good and you have to have those good vibes. But this shit makes it hard. It makes it very hard to be positive and to just want to be out there and just, you know, be with people or be around people in general. So a lot of times I will seclude myself. I will stay in my room. I will stay in my home. I try not to go out and go shopping or doing anything unless I absolutely have to, or unless I get to a mood where I'm like, girl, you need to get out of the house. Like, it's not healthy being locked up. It's not healthy being in it all the time. So I will force myself to get up and go out. But I like to be outside. I like to go on walks, like go to the park, go to the lake, go. When I lived in Colorado, it was a very beautiful experience. Because I got, you know, it's nature. Like, you can connect with nature a little bit more out there, but you can connect with nature anywhere. So, you know, if that helps, that helps. But I find that a lot of the time music helps, you know, it's my therapy. I'll listen to music and I kind of just vibe out and try to forget about the world and everything and all the negativity that's around it. But yeah, that's been my experience, guys. I would love to hear your guys' experience with this condition, and, you know, see what you guys do. If you guys have any questions for me, please feel free to comment. I love those of you who have been commenting. I appreciate you guys. And I just want you guys to know that, you know, just keep up with it, with whatever you're doing. Don't give up. I know I have my bad days, and I know sometimes I want to give up, but I know that I can't. I have other people to rely on me. I have children, and not only that, but I have myself that I need to push hard for, and so do you. So again, stay blessed, guys. If you guys are liking my content, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and share this page, for it may help somebody hopefully in the future who is dealing with this condition, or again, it might just help you feel a little bit better about yourself, knowing that somebody else is dealing with the same crap that you're dealing with. And it is what it is, right? So hopefully I made you guys smile, gave you guys some informative information, and again, just let me know if there's anything that you guys want me to touch base on. I would love to do that for you guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys.